Hello out there, comic book lovers. It is Friday. So you know what that means. I'm doing my Friday night reviews. I am going to take three comics from the previous Wednesday, so the three what I thought were the best, and do a review of them. And then I'm going to take the one that I liked the least. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, but it's the one that I liked the least. And check it out. And we're back. Let's go with my second favorite book of the week, which would be the Immortal Hulk Flatline #1. As usual, starts out with one of the little quotes that is commonplace with the Immortal Hulk books. But the weird thing is, this is not written by Al Ewing, which is standard practice for Al Ewing. This is it says Declan Shalvey here. I'm not sure if that's who wrote it. See if I can find a title page in here. Where they have, oh wait, I think it's in the back. If I remember correctly from what I was reading, and I read it, it's not. It's in here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it is right now. But either way, it was not written by Al Ewing. Okay? But, so we have Bruce Banner walking through the desert, and then it flips to Albuquerque, New Mexico, which we all know is where the original Gamma experiment happened, and he became the Hulk. And he wakes up in the morning after having the Hulk take over the night, and he's like, oh, gee, choice location. So he's got to go across all the desert into town to this little podunk town where people start calling him Dish Boy. Because what he has is he has a job here where he's just doing dishwashing. It allows him to make some money. He gets paid under the table. He's on the run. He doesn't need to go into his history a lot. And no one's going to ask any questions. Keeps his head down. Boom. And then somebody calls him by his name. Bruce? Uh-oh. Professor Newland. Is that Newland? Noolan? Newland or Nolan? You decide. She was one of his instructors back in college. And she's coming to talk to him. She needs to talk, saying, hey, we're connected somehow. She calls him Big Guy, which is one of them ironic names, which would be like calling me Tiny, because he was such a beanpole in school. And they've gotten off, She's, says, hey, let's sit down and talk. He's off, so they're going to sit and talk. And he wants to know why she's coming to see him. And says, we're connected somehow. And since she was a Gamma expert, after the explosion, they needed somebody to help clean up the contamination. She was one of the people. She is infected. And so yada yada yada. He goes outside. There's some bully trying to pick up some girl and get her home, take her home, and she's like, no. And the typical guy they portray in some of these books, who he's just not going to take no for an answer. So Bruce says, comes up to try and stop him. Doesn't go well because Bruce has no muscles or doesn't know how to fight. This guy was like 3 times his size and can easily take him down. And obviously, that didn't go over too well. And of course, he just stomps this guy, sticks him in the back of the truck, and sends him sailing. And of course, our nice little lady friend does not appreciate it because he kicked this guy in the truck miles away, and this chick is like, yeah, what the fuck? That's my truck. What am I going to do now? And of course, the Hulk is like, yeah, hey, thanks. Saved your ass. Show me a little appreciation, woman. But that turns back to Professor Nolan. And turns out there's a little bit more to her than what she's saying, because she can do this to the Hulk. And she's trying to get him to understand what the connection between Banner and the Hulk is, why they need each other. And not how they're connected. We all know they're connected. They live in the same body, boom, 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 but she's trying to make them understand why they're connected. And Hulk's just not having that shit, because he's just like, look, And it turns out that she's got some sort of, gamma power, and she's just trying to set him straight. This is a really interesting, issue, especially since this is going to be a one-shot. It's an action story, but it's more a character development story. And it gives you a little bit more insight into what is going on between the two of them. And I actually liked this book a little more than I've liked the past 2 or 3 issues of The Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing. So if they're going to pick this book up after issue 50, once Al Ewing stops, because the Immortal Hulk is going to stop at 50, because Al Ewing's like, I've got no more. This guy should take over. But the story was really interesting. The art was exceptional. I really liked it. I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5 because I really enjoyed the hell out of it. And this is close to the Peter David and John Byrne run back in the days. And if you've been watching my stuff lately, you'll realize how big of a fan I am of the Byrne run. Anyway, did you read it? Did you not? Let me know what you think. Put some comments in the likes. Put some comments in the section below, and subscribe, and enjoy your comics.